Hey, so Black Ops 7 got teased today. Now, I know it has been a minute on my channel, but I mean, what in the world? I was totally not expecting to make this sort of video today whatsoever. For some context, obviously today there was the Xbox game showcase, and while there are some really cool games that get showed off at these events, I'm not really one to attend them unless I know for a fact there is something there I want to see, such as, Call of Duty. And this was technically a possibility. There had been a couple tweets stating that Black Ops 7 could very well get something for its marketing, and to be completely honest, it is now the beginning of June and a new Call of Duty reveal was bound to happen eventually, and the event seemed like it was a perfect time to do so. However, me being the person who has been used to Call of Duty being a little bit shaky in the past couple of months, kind of just doubted this and put it in the back of my mind. So as anyone would, I was just out cleaning my car on this nice day out in the East Coast, just casually, but I was listening to the Xbox game showcase in the background to have some, background noise. Most of the games, I'm gonna be honest, I never really paid any attention to. There were some pretty cool ones, I guess, but as soon as I heard that one dude say he had one more thing to show off, I immediately stopped what I was doing and went to look at my phone. Now, from this intro shot, I immediately had thought, oh, well, this is just some game that had been awaiting a release for a while and isn't anything related to Call of Duty whatsoever. And at a first glance, can you really even blame me? Like, please look at this robot, and with no context, your first thought would not be Call of Duty. I guarantee it, unless you just had that vision, I guess. I mean, like, the only time we ever even saw robots like this was with Infinite Warfare and debatably Black Ops 3, but that was about it. So the trailer progressed and I had all but given up, but as soon as the scene hit where he was in the room that looked like the BO1 menu room, I immediately knew. Now, this is absolutely insane. Obviously, I am not a news channel whatsoever, and if I attempted to, my viewers would probably hate me, but like, how am I not supposed to cover this? Not only were we not even teased to get anything from this showcase today, but I was fully not expecting anything until like late July or even August. But the fact we got this much already is insane to me. But let's dive right into it. There is a really cool feature of this teaser that I will get into later. However, let's just kind of run through the teaser for a second and its potential, obviously, for how it could relate to zombies, because let's be honest, that's really all I care about. Right off the bat, we can immediately tell that this game is leaning much more in the futuristic side. Obviously, we knew that this game was a sequel to Black Ops 2, so it had to have been, but this game is only set in 2035, about 10 years later from, the present day, so the fact we got this much technology from then is absolutely insane. I mean, just look at this dude. But as the trailer progresses, things get absolutely insane. I mean, look at what happens after the glass shatters. We see like a whole second dimension or something. We see flip cities and upside down areas, and I mean, like, come on, how in the world is this Call of Duty? Seriously, this game looks beautiful. I mean, obviously it just came out and you could say biased, but like, even for those who hate on the Call of Duty franchise, how could you even hate on these graphics? I mean, like, some of this stuff is insane, but near the end of the trailer, we obviously get the logo reveal, which by Black Ops standard looks really good in all honesty, assuming, it wasn't made by AI. But after this, we get what we really were looking for, and that is seemingly trailer or gameplay footage, and it is actually really interesting. We see these giant ships in the sky, and in one of the shots, we even see like a whole machete being dug into the ground, which is absolutely insane. I don't really know what's going on there. This game honestly feels like a predecessor to Black Ops 3 in a way. Like, the technology seems much more like that game, obviously being more futuristic, and it feels less like a Black Ops 2 remaster, but I digress. We get shown like this prison shot, and immediately I thought to Mob of the Dead, but that's just because my brain is hotwired to think jail cells equal Mob of the Dead. We do see some interesting pieces of multiplayer gameplay. This very well could be the Warzone map that was initially supposed to come to Black Ops 6 with Avalon, but we obviously don't really know for sure. The invisibility seems to be coming back from Black Ops 3, so all around I am really excited for how this game's multiplayer can play, especially since the Pick 10 is supposedly returning. But what we saw that was easily the most unexpected, at least for me, was a short little zombies teaser at the very end of the trailer. Now, before I say anything, this is absolutely insane, is it not? Like, genuinely, I was not expecting to get anything related to Call of Duty whatsoever today, and now all of a sudden zombies was just like revealed for a second, like hello? But wait, it gets better. From this short glimpse of a shot, we immediately see a farm windmill in the background, and of course zombies fans thought farm from transit, but this theory is furthered even more when we see these headlights appear behind the zombies. In my opinion, this is a blatant reveal that transit is going to be in the game, or at least some form of it. With this game being a Black Ops 2 sequel, it very well could be. Transit additionally was leaked to be coming to this game, and I personally believe it is very plausible, but I mean, when has Transit not been leaked to come to Call of Duty? But that was all we got. It was actually a very long teaser with a runtime of just over 3 minutes, so overall I am really excited to see what this game can do. But now that we are done talking about the trailer, let's get into the game, what I think could be happening, and its effects on the entire gaming sphere. So immediately after seeing this trailer, my first thought was that Call of Duty is essentially done with Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6, for lack of a better word, has been very rocky ever since its start. It certainly has had its highs, but it also has lows, and is actually one of the reasons I haven't posted in a minute, but that's a topic for later. I wouldn't be surprised if Treyarch, mainly Activision, was just ready to move on from the game. In my opinion, I do not think Black Ops 6 will ever have as much hype as this one trailer did, no matter how many collabs they end up doing. Personally, I am just interested to see where they take this with the marketing, because leading up to this event, I was kind of thinking what was really going on. Obviously, we knew that Black Ops 7 was going to be releasing this year, and with Black Ops 6 releasing literally only 8 months ago at this point, it is kind of hard to just whip up another game and start marketing all over again. Now, I will say it has been confirmed that Raven Software is working on this game as well, so it isn't like Treyarch is the only one doing this, but for them to sign up to do this is absolutely insane, and from what I have seen from this teaser, I am blown away by this. My theory, at least for now, is that they had actually prioritized development for Black Ops 7 instead of Black Ops 6, and Black Ops 6 was just released because they needed a game to fill the gap, so hopefully I'm right and Black Ops 7 could be more polished and filled with less bugs and smoother gameplay. As for Black Ops 6, after this stuff starts getting revealed, I honestly think this game is just gonna be left in the dust. Like, I don't really think anyone has too much sentimental value to this game. Obviously, it wasn't the worst Call of Duty we have ever seen, but it also really wasn't the best either. I don't know, we'll see, but I definitely think Black Ops 6 will have some of its value diminished as this game slowly gets revealed. But anyways, let's talk about zombies for a second, because that is honestly what I mainly care about. A blog post was released after this teaser. It does not contain much whatsoever, however, it does have something that relates to zombies. Within this blog, it states, quote, "Descend into the next twisted chapter of round-based zombies in the heart of the dark ether," end quote. So this immediately suggests that the majority, if not all of the zombies maps, are taking place within the dark ether in this experience. I should also probably mention that this is a round-based experience. Sorry I didn't mention that because that is pretty important, but yes, it has been confirmed round-based is in this game, which actually was of genuine concern for the majority of zombies players, as a outbreak style of mode was leaked and we were uncertain if we were getting a outbreak only game like Modern Warfare Zombies. Getting back to the dark ether thing, this statement is additionally supported by the fact that the zombies footage we saw at the end of the trailer looked dark and had a purple tint to it, which we now know is blatant signs of the dark ether. So what does this actually mean for the zombies mode in this game? Well, actually, this could be insane. Due to the fact that this is in the dark ether, which is an altered reality, the maps, characters, and modes within the game could range from literally limitless possibility. For all I know, Victus could return. Obviously, we got leaks that the Primus crew was returning, and the dark ether certainly could make this a possibility. We did get leaks saying that there is possibility for maps to take place near a volcano in a space station, or even a destroyed New York, so I am so excited to see what they can do with this freedom that the dark ether brings. I really do hope that not all of the maps necessarily take place in the dark ether. I would love for some of them to be, in the real world without the purple tint, but who knows what this sentence really means. Ultimately, with the setting of the dark ether, anything is truly possible with the maps in this game, and we very well could see a lot of crossing over from certain games, so I am actually very excited to see how they handle this. Looking at Twitter, we do get a little bit more information. For instance, according to Mark 1 Network, Element 115 is actually rumored to be returning in some way, which is interesting as we have not really seen any mention of it for a very long time now, and I would be curious to see how they bring it back to the game, but once again, dark ether, limitless possibility, you get it. But I'm very excited to see how this will work. I'm really praying for a return to a more classic zombies game, especially since this game seems like it would be such a perfect time to return to such a formula, but I guess we'll just have to see. Okay, but now that that is out of the way, we do need to take a little bit more of a realistic look at this. As exciting as this trailer is, as cool as the gameplay and the animations and the graphics are, we still have to remember that this is Call of Duty. Do not get me wrong, this game looks absolutely amazing, and if I could try it out right now I would, but that is not the point. There is a high possibility that the majority of the content we have seen in Cold War, Modern Warfare Zombies, Black Ops 6 is going to be drip fed to us throughout this entire game. And I'm really hoping this game can do a lot more than what is expected to truly revolutionize the COD franchise. Most likely this game is going extremely heavy on the marketing. As I'm sitting here making this video, I am realizing how much of this is so similar to how I was feeling last year for Black Ops 6 when it was getting revealed. And do not get me wrong, it is for a good reason, but look at where that hype led to. I'm not saying to not be excited for this game, but at the end of the day, this is just a teaser, and I think we do need to be a little bit more weary of that when we're approaching this game. But that is all my thoughts on the teaser. I am very excited to see where the game can go, and let me know in the comments what you think of the game. But with all that being said, I know this was not like a video of mine at all, but I needed to cover this, and yeah, I haven't posted in a while, but you know, it's okay. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.